Okay, so in this question, we are looking at phase transformation for a BCC ion into FCC ion. Okay, so ion in BCC transforms into FCC ion, and that occurs usually at 112 degrees C. Right? So we want to compute what is percentage change in the volume during that phase transformation. Okay, and so that's what we want to find out. A couple of things were given to us, and so BCC has the radius of ion, which is equal to 0.12584 nanometers. Okay, and then when you have FCC ion, the radius changes, and that becomes 0.12894 nanometers. Okay, so we are going to approach this problem separately, and then compare the volume per unit atom. Since FCC number of atoms are 4 and BCC number of atoms are 2, and so we would like to compare the volume per unit atom basis. Okay, and so we are going to use that approach. And so one is comparing and finding out the volume of BCC versus finding out the volume for an FCC structure. So if you recall, there is a relationship between the lattice parameter, which is A, and the radius of atom. And for a BCC structure, that relationship is A, which is equal to 4R divided by square root of 3. Similarly, the relationship for an FCC structure is 4R divided by square root of 2. Okay, and so we are going to use that relationship in order to find what is the lattice parameter. And so that is equal to 4 times R for BCC ion is 0.12584 divided by square root of 3. And that is going to give us the value of A, which is equal to 0.2906 nanometers. Okay. Similarly, when you look at the lattice parameter for FCC, that is equal to 4 times 0.12894 divided by square root of 2, and that is equal to 0.3646 nanometers, right? And so we already found what is the lattice parameter for a unit cell, and therefore we can find the volume of BCC, okay, which is equal to VC and or of a unit cell, and that will be equal to A cube. And similarly, the volume for FCC, which will be again equal to same thing. Okay, so volume is 0.2906 cube, and volume here is 0.3646 cube. Okay, and therefore volume for BCC is equal to 0.02454 nanometer cube, and volume for FCC is equal to 0.04850 nanometers cube. Okay, and that's the comparison for volume overall. Okay, now compare volume per unit atoms. Okay, therefore volume of BCC will be equal to 0.02454 divided by 2, because there are 2 atoms per unit cell in a BCC. Okay, versus volume for an FCC will be equal to 0.04850 divided by 4. Okay, and that will give you volume for BCC, which is equal to 0.01227 nanometer cube, and volume for FCC, which will be equal to 0.01212 nanometer cube. Okay, now the last thing is compute percentage change, which is equal to final value minus initial value divided by initial value. And if you're calculating percentage, that's times 100. Okay, and so that will be equal to, so percentage change will be equal to the final value is FCC volume, which is 0.01212, minus the initial value is 0.01227 divided by the initial value is 0.01227. Okay, and that will be equal to a negative number, and that will be equal to 0.0122, or that is equal to minus 1.2%. Right? Therefore, the total volume decreases by 1.2% during phase transformation. Thank you.